I've just gone about Allah, Islam and all that. I just plunged that knife straight into them. So I'm trying to fight two of them, and I'm getting battered. But I'm having a good fight with them, as far as I know. I did get out there. I mean, we're talking about probably half a minute of like being stabbed, being sliced and that. My mate said he phoned me. I mean, I can't remember. I was talking to him, but I'm saying to him, I'm dying, I need help. I was told by the police and I was told by some of the staff after, when they must have heard it, that I shouted out, "Fuck you, I'm Millwall." Whether that was to the Arsenal fan or whether...
He's got an Arsenal top on, so that's...
Maybe.
Sorry.
Maybe. I mean, it was vague. It's just where other people, witnesses, have said that I did say, mate's Aidan, he left me a book when I was asleep one day, Learn to Run. Right? I used to go back to them dark days where, as you say, drinking wine, Prosecco in the caravan, and just driving myself mad. You knew who they were. You knew there was a problem. Why can't they call them on them?
Information covered up, censorship, corruption. The mainstream media have proven itself to be untrustworthy. I'm here to give a platform for debate, for truth, for open discussion. I'm introducing you to my podcast, Silenced with Tommy Robinson.
Who exactly is Tommy Robinson, or Stephen Yaxley-Lennon?
With the English Defence League, the EDL.
The problem is with Islamic
The
integration.
English far-right Islamophobic activists.
Since then, there's been organised protests across the country in London, Manchester, Leeds. People in their thousands are marching for Robinson's release.
There is no such thing in this country as a Muslim.
Free Tommy Robinson!
My name's Tommy Robinson. Welcome to my latest episode of my podcast, Silenced. On June the 3rd in 2017, just roughly a week after the Manchester Arena was bombed by Salman Ebadi and children were blown to pieces, just a week later, London Bridge was attacked and our capital was attacked. Jihadists occupied a van, they mowed people down, they got out of that van armed with knives, they began running down the street, stabbing anyone they could. They then went into Borough Market, a famous part of London for food and restaurants, and they began stabbing people. That one woman they just stabbed straight in the neck. They murdered 8 and they seriously injured 48. As everyone was running that way, one man ran that way. It's my pleasure to be joined with him today. Roy.
Pleasure to...
It's great to meet you. I can't not shake your hand with that introduction.
Yes, no problem.
Can I start? I want to hear all about your life.
Yep, no problem.
I know you've been on a roller coaster.
Yep.
I actually got emotional reading and researching your story.
Yeah.
Going through all of it, even myself, I was thinking of what you've been through. You seem to have gone from hero to zero at parts of it. Can we start with you just telling us what happened on that day?
On the day itself, I mean, it was the hottest day of the year, 3rd of June. I mean, prior to that, I was staying at a friend's house near London Bridge because I just split up with my missus not long before that. I went back to my mum's and I was staying with someone, a friend near there. But on June the 3rd was the lovely hot day, Derby day, also the Champions League day. Champions League final was on that night.
Okay.
So my mate phoned me up. He said, "Do you fancy going watching the football later?" I think it was Juventus, Real Madrid that night. I said, "Yeah, I don't mind. I'll meet you up with you. We'll have a drink and something. Nothing too mad because I'll stand with someone's friends and that." Yeah. So I went and met him about 7 o'clock. I think the football must start about 7:45. Packed, obviously as usual, around the Borough Market now. It's just a trendy place.
Especially in summer, packed summer's day.
Yeah, on a summer day. It's a trendy place. So went up and met him. We watched the first half in a pub just off the Borough Market. And I said to him, I'm going home and get changed because I get some more money in it. So I left them there. Went home quick, so I was only around the corner, staying at some friend's house. So I went home, got changed quick, got some more money. Went back to the pub. They've already left there because they said it was too busy. So they went round to the market, in the market itself, the market porter, because we was out with the manager all the time. Anyway, the football went on. I think it must have finished about 9:30, 10:45. Obviously, people then started piling out the pubs after the football. and other than was just going along. We've actually gone to the other pub across the road, which is called Black and Blue. It's like a posh restaurant with a bar there. I say I'll have one or two more before I go back. Whatever, we was with, there's about 5 of us with the manager from the other pub, and that I was with my other mate who asked me to come football. And all of a sudden, the football must have been finishing. You see people, a lot more people than normal. They was like either running, but you don't think nothing of it. They're either running to get to their trains or to go somewhere after the football's finished.
So you see people running, but you weren't sure why.
Yeah, you weren't sure what of it. I mean, it's the middle of the summer, so there's never any trouble with football up there anyway. It's well thingy. So there's people running. It's just like normal things like that. Nothing out of the usual, but a bit busier than normal. Coming past, and the restaurant bit where we was in the Black and Blue, but there's a wall dividing the restaurant and the bar, so we're on a corner. Now, obviously, what's gone on beforehand, I mean, it took 8 minutes from the first person they attacked, mowed down, to when they got shot. I think it was 8 minutes.
Okay.
They've already, as you said, they already killed 8 people, 48 people.
Attempted to kill 50 people.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Now, the first we knew about it, because we was one of the last ones that they actually come to. Now, we see people in the restaurant, they started, must have been jumping off their chairs. There's a bit of commotion in there. Now, we're behind this wall. We're seeing, like, doing nothing or whatever. We're just carrying on. Now, my mate stopped me on the shoulder. He's told me something, which I didn't really take no notice of. Whatever, he said, run, because everyone's running in the background of the restaurant.
Yeah.
Now, last thing you think of is terror attack. Yeah. Things like, until I've turned around on the chair, I was right next to the big glass doors, and there's 3 people coming up there. I mean, they've come up the ramp bit. Now, one of the
they're coming into the restaurant.
Yeah, past the restaurant. Okay. So the restaurant must have been seeing what was going on. They must have seen them stabbing people outside. Like,
okay, and that's why they're all running in the back of the
They're
restaurant.
running right in the back and that. Everyone's running around. We can't see nothing because we've got the wall in between us until they come to the ramp.
Until they've come past you.
Yeah, into the ramp. Now, one of the girls who worked there, she's gone to lock the door quick, but they've come up the ramp and they started kicking it in.
Okay, so she's gone to lock the door to prevent
Yeah,
getting
she
in.
put it on, but as they've been kicking it in, I'm standing by the door there on a big stool and that. Even to that moment, I didn't think terror attack. I mean, I know you hear about these things. 2 weeks prior was the one at Manchester. Yeah, the Westminster one earlier on in the year.
Yeah, a few months before.
They did bend the door, which underneath they pulled under quick.
Oh, so they bust through the bottom of the door and they got under.
Yeah, so they got under.
What did they look like?
So I didn't see the suicide belts. I mean, I'm a bit blind anyway. Yeah. And
because they had mimic suicide vests on.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. But I didn't see them. I mean, I'm blind as a bat anyway,
Okay.
and like it's late at night.
Yeah.
I've been out a few, and they've got under. They start coming. Now I'm standing there by whatever. I've seen. Still don't know what's going on, and they've come up to me, and they've just gone about Allah, Islam and all that. I just plugged that knife straight into me. One's gone past me to go into the restaurant.
Yeah.
He had the Arsenal top on, which it was quite visible. Which
So he had an Arsenal top on.
yeah, others had just black stuff on and that. Yeah. And even then, that's when they mentioned about the Islam, Allah, and all that. And they plunged the knife into me straight away in the chest. Like I've jumped up to confront him after, like swinging, and he's plugged it straight into me chest and stomach and that. But then the other one who's got underneath, he started helping him. So I'm trying to fight 2 of them, and I'm getting battered. But I'm having a good fight with them, as far as I know.
Where's everyone who you sat with at this
They've
point?
gone. They've gone. Even my mate, he's tapped me on the shoulder.
They've
He's gone.
legged it.
Yeah.
And if they legged it, could you have a chance to leg it
I did,
before they got under the door, through the door?
Yeah, but once they put that first knife in me, I was just fighting for my life. Then the second one's joined him and started slashing me.
Okay.
I'm fighting for my life all over the place. But the one that went past us with the Arsenal top, he'd come back to help him. So I'm having 3 of them like on me, just slashing away. So I mean, we're talking about 30 seconds. and then I'm off. Like, but in that time, they've stabbed me 8 times. They've slashed my head, my arms, and everything else. But with the people in the restaurant, they've gone past him. They've given them time to get out, and obviously he's brought that other one back from the restaurant.
When you say you was fighting them,
I mean, I fight for my life. I'm just swinging and fighting.
You're throwing punches.
Yeah.
So you're throwing punches. You got 2 of them on you. The other one's seen you fighting.
Yeah, and he's come back a bit because he was going into the restaurant. So whatever he would have done. I mean, these are just what I've seen on CCTV. Also,
so he's had to come back to help him out to finish you.
Yeah. Where I mean, within 30 seconds, maybe 25 seconds, and then eventually I must have got away from him, but I must have went back right into the table like this, where I've cracked my ribs as well. But I've got behind that wall then and got out the door.
And you've been stabbed 8 times.
Stabbed 8 times, yeah.
You got
a slash. The ear was hanging off.
How many stitches have you had?
I think it was up to about 100 stitches. I think it was.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, my ear was hanging off. All I remember was this one here, which was flushing all the time.
The blood's coming out, the blood shooting out.
Yeah. I kept holding that. I didn't know about the ear hole. I didn't know about my arms or nothing like that.
Your arms?
Yeah, they were slicing them out. There was slices on my head.
Am I right?
They caught me there and they pulled it down. So, like, that was the muscle thing where, like, I was bandaged up. I couldn't move it for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, even to this day, I mean, I'm still having, like, the tendons a week. Luckily, there's no organs were damaged. I don't know if that's me, just where I was swinging about and just trying to move out of the way, but also getting caught, whether they're caught catching me full belt. Yeah. Who knows? I mean, I did get out there. I mean, we're talking about probably half a minute of like being stabbed, being sliced and that. I mean, the meantime was...
Did you see anyone else getting attacked?
No, because there was 2 people afterwards, which I know of. One got stabbed in the throat, and one got stabbed in the arm. But I think they was hiding in the back.
Okay.
And when they must have run through them, it was like there was a Chinese person there. I mean, obviously they've took all the glory of it all because he said he was talking to them, and the terrorists were telling everyone to lay down on the floor, which was a load of rubbish really, because by that time everyone got out the restaurant. Okay. People were hiding under tables as well. Okay. Which I've seen. I mean, I got out there. I didn't know what door I went out of, but I got out there. It took me...
What about... I see witness reports that you shouted something.
Yeah. I didn't know that until probably the other year, where I was told by the police and I was told by some of the staff after, when they must have heard it, that I shouted out, "Fuck you, I'm Millwall." Whether that was to the Arsenal fan or whether...
He's got an Arsenal top on, so that's...
Maybe.
Sorry.
Maybe. I mean, it was vague. It's just where other people, witnesses, have said that I did say it.
But you couldn't recollect it at the time?
I couldn't. I mean, obviously...
So it started going off.
Yeah.
Essentially, in your eyes, you don't know what's going on. It's going off. You are a Millwall fan.
Yeah.
And then witnesses have said that that's what you
fuck
shouted.
Millwall,
Fuck you, I'm Millwall.
Yeah. And it was fighting. For years after, it was till I see other people there or met other people in there that were survivors, were just having their lunch and that. They've heard me say something as well, where this year I met a girl in Paris. She's an Italian girl, lives in Luxembourg, but she was in Paris that weekend. One of the papers set up with me. She wrote me a thing. I thought it was someone that worked there, but it wasn't. It was someone who was having a meal with her friend, writing my direction. And she wrote me a letter saying, "Thank you, I'm alive today," which was nice. It was nice to meet her. And
what did she say? She's alive today. Does she feel she's alive today because your fight with them prevented them getting her, give her a chance?
Yeah, she helped me a bit where, as I say, when she wrote that, and I was trying to look up her name and that, and I thought it might have been one of the staff. She was like Italian name, but she wasn't. She was just over there on holiday, and she was in the right direction, the beginning of the restaurant where the bar was. So she could see everything. Yeah. And she said, like, I just stood up and started fighting them, but then she's gone, like, from there. Yeah.
So she's seen, as you're fighting them,
it
gave her that extra. Yeah. So how did that, it just even, because we'll get onto the roller coaster, the ups, the downs, what it's done to you mentally. Yeah. Being involved in something like that. But did that help, that when that girl's told you that?
It helped because I mean, over the years, as I said, there was one person there, as I just said, got caught in the Adam's apple. He got stabbed. He was saying that the terrorists come in. These are witness statements at the Old Bailey inquest. My mate, who ran off as well, he ran off to the toilets, hid himself in there 40 minutes. One attack in the shoulder. This,
which I guess is to be expected of everyone.
of course, I mean, like when I was in hospital,
You're running for your
one
life.
of my mates, Aidan, he left me a book when I was asleep one day, Learn to Run. Right? He went specially out to buy it from a sports shop or saying, Learn to Run. And like, yeah, he left it with the...
Some people be shocked, that's English banter.
Yeah.
Amongst lads,
yeah.
that's your mates like taking a piss. You're in there, 8, nearly died. Learn to run.
I mean, over the years, which... That was nice meeting her last year. A little bit of other things there.
Yeah, so that must make... How did that make you feel?
It makes you feel good. To even like, yeah.
To know that you've...
Yeah, done something good. I mean, I looked at it, I survived myself. I survived something that maybe I shouldn't have done.
Because I've read a witness report. No, actually not a witness report. In my research, I come across I believe, on the footage of the incident.
Yeah. Well, with the inquest, I wasn't even asked to go. Yeah. They told me that when they was talking about where I was, they would let me know. Now, they've had a witness statement from my mate who ran off to the toilet.
He was asked to go.
Yeah, he was stood up on the stand. The other bloke who got caught on the...
He's up on the stand.
Stand.
So there's a reason for this, we believe,
Yeah.
right, in my research. So, but even I want to get on to, in reading, once you went down afterwards, you've still apparently held your fist according to...
Yeah, in a fighting stance. I've read them ones. Now, the police should have told me... They showed that on the second day, I think, of the inquest.
So in the inquest, they show the footage
video
to
footage,
people at the inquest. Here's what happened. It shows you fighting.
Yeah, they should have told me. I mean, at that stage, I think the inquest was about a year later, or maybe 2.
Yeah,
I'm not too sure. Now, I mean, after the post-traumatic stress started coming in, they was meant to show me any footage. I still hadn't seen no CCTV of it.
Because I guess that would bring you...
It was... I always walked the dogs around there. I was trying to think myself, did I run out of that door?
Because you mustn't know, because it's so quick, so fast.
Yeah.
And the chaos of it.
Yeah, and it played for me for ages. They showed me a little bit then after the footage. It was only a silly little 10-second thing in there, in the actual black and blue. They said they couldn't show anyone else that was near me. I don't know why, or when they got shot. But I did get out of there. I mean, as I said, we're talking from 8 minutes from the first person to when they got shot. It was a short time. And I got out there. I think I went over to the other pub across the road where the bloke manager was out with us, banging on the door. And my glasses are gone now, and I'm blind anyway, but once my glasses go, I don't know, I must have went over there because I knew I did. And I banged on the door, obviously no one let me in. It was like a ghost town. It was everything gone. I'm pouring with blood. I'm probably in and out of consciousness now.
And at this point, where are the jihadists? Where are the men? Where are the men? At this point, as you've run out...
I've run out. They must have followed me out. Like, we're talking about another 10 seconds or...
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So whether I run out there, I mean, they did show me the CCTV bit there. That I must have run out that door that was open.
Yeah.
And I must have went over to that side. My mate said he phoned me. I mean, I can't remember. I was talking to him. I was saying to him, I'm dying. I need help. Yeah, so I must have been that little road leading up to the Bow High Street.
Okay.
And I do remember then seeing like the blue light, and it was an ambulance car. Yeah, and I went up to it eventually, and I banged on the side of the passenger side. Obviously, it's drove off by then. I didn't know, like, obviously, it weren't my call. I read something in the inquest, I think they couldn't, it weren't his call he was on. He just went to the wrong road. He couldn't stop or let me in. He didn't know who I was, probably. So he drove off, and I must have just went out of conscious again.
So there was an ambulance there. You've gone up banging. You're all cut. You're bloody everywhere, and it drove off.
Yeah, and that was
because he was scared.
Or in the thing, I'm sure it said in the inquest that his call was the wrong road, so he couldn't.
So what?
Yeah, I know. It's mad. And this was
like someone's dying in front of him.
And in time, I read the witness statement from someone was looking at and mentioned it, so I knew I was right.
To say that he drove off and left you?
Yeah. he seen me banging on the window and he drove off. Now I must stay conscious, and we're talking about another 10 seconds then after that, where I see more blue lights coming, but it was now I know it was the armed response. I mean, we've got a desert road, and the armed response were there, and I must have woke up again because they pushed me down, so we get down. I do remember that because that woke me up again. And then, obviously, within seconds after, I can hear the shooting.
They've shot them all outside.
The shooting was echoing because it's like a marketplace. And they 50 vans, I think it was there.
50 police
Yeah.
vans.
Now, I always remember that get down bit. And over the years, I've seen the armed response people, someone else, that's what they shout. So I knew that I was right there next to them. But the three terrorists, they weren't far behind me. So if they'd have been another 10, 15 seconds, I might have been...
The police weren't there, they'd have finished you off.
But they've never showed me that road.
You've never seen the footage
Never seen
of
the
that
CCTV. I've seen footages of things. I must have been at the side of the road after the ambulance at the end drove away.
Yeah.
I must have been on that corner, but without a few of what I've seen.
Let's take you back. What did you hear them say when the men come running in? You said they were shouting things.
Yeah, there was, when the terrorists come in?
Yeah.
They were talking about Allah, Islam, Allah, saying about killing their kids. I know these things were said.
They were saying about killing their kids, as in the British have killed their kids.
Yeah.
Have you killed anyone's kids?
No. No. I mean, like...
Any of the women that were sat having their dinner that got stabbed in the neck, they were responsible for killing their
2 weeks
kids?
before that was the Manchester bombing.
Yeah, when they killed...
Yeah, which was sickening. I mean, they could be killing their own, like, religion.
Yeah.
They don't think. Yeah. I mean, but it's kids. It doesn't matter what religion they are or whatever else. I mean, 8 people lost their lives for nothing.
You've woke up. What's happened then? So the ambulance is there.
No, the armed response, obviously, and the shooting happening. I'm still unconscious, whatever. I see one body. I mean, everything was faint to me, where they must have shot one of them on one side, and you could hear the shooting going on, whatever else. Everything's then blurred to me because I'm pouring the blood, everything else. And then the local police must have been turning up, because I remember them then chucking me in the back of a police car, and then I did see the body cam of that. They showed me the body cam in the car, where they chucked me in the car, and the passenger police officer said, just keep hanging on there, keep your cam. He said, leave your ear alone, because all I'm thinking of is that they're flying over the bumps, and I could see myself going up and down. But they drove me to the nearest hospital, which is St Thomas's Hospital on Westminster Bridge. And then from there, I was just rushed in. And I think they just put me on ketamine, which it felt like being on a roller coaster. And then I went down for surgery, obviously, I think the next day, things like that. I had a chance to say thank you to the police officers who took me in the bad done.
You still never had that chance?
I've still never had that chance. I have knocked at Peckham Police Station, which is now a closed police station. But I have passed the message on, which is, do you know what? Whether you like them or not, whether you lead the policemen when you don't need them, that time there, I can't thank them as much for driving me so quick.
Hey, look, they've come running into a hostile situation. They've shot terrorists dead. They were they'd have been willing to sacrifice their safety and freedom.
Yeah, and why that bit down, they haven't shown me them bits or not, I don't know. I've asked to be shown them. They say they can't because other people were involved, other people there, but the inquest is gone. So I don't know why, or is that still the case because there's other people around?
So what then? You've woke up in a hospital bed? I
woke up in a hospital bed.
Are you aware at that point of how big this attack was?
No.
What's gone on?
No, because it was like 2 days later. That was a Saturday night. I think I've been in the ICU for a couple of days. I've been going down for surgery. I mean, for 2 days I'm just stuck in hospital, probably sleeping.
Out of it?
Yeah.
You don't know what's going on?
I ain't got a clue.
Okay.
I ain't got a clue. I couldn't see no one. I think 1 or 2 people come up, but obviously it's blurred.
You don't remember it?
The hospital was on lockdown anyway because I think that week anyway was the election. So the opposite Westminster was the green now of the hospital, which is full of press anyway. From
Okay.
yeah, as far as I know, and the fact, and it was a lockdown, so whether that's to stop people coming in or cause I think there was only about 4 or 5 of us that went to the hospital.
Okay.
But on the Tuesday, obviously it come out in the paper, the big headline, "Fuck you, I'm Millwall."
Is that when it come out?
Yeah, on the Tuesday morning.
So you're laying in hospital. You're still not aware of how big this, not the news story.
Yeah.
How many people died? Was you aware of any of these details?
No. Cause I mean, I've had no telly. I was just in ICU, which
You're in the life support.
all you hear is bibbing.
Yeah, beeping.
Yeah, everywhere, and I don't think I was allowed any visitors. Maybe 1 or 2 come up. Maybe I don't know.
And then the headline comes out on the Tuesday.
Yeah.
Which what headline said? Fuck you.
Fuck you, I'm Millwall. Obviously, they've done their bit and asked people from the restaurant, because I spoke to...
So witnesses have given the newspapers this story.
I spoke to the editor, the one who done it at the time, the reporter, which is now the Royal Reporter, the Sun and that.
Okay.
So we've always said hello and that over the years. And he should have come from where people heard straight away. So why? I don't know.
Because it's going off.
Yeah. I mean, there was one quote I realised was...
Have you gone watch Millwall all your life?
Oh, that's more depressing than... But there was one person who's quoted, that's probably one of the best quotes since Churchill said about we're fighting on the beaches. Which, made me feel good.
I've been out with friends when I was younger. It's kicked off. People are shouting "Mix."
Yeah.
That's Luton's football hooligan firm. It's got nothing to do with football, but that's what they're shouting as it's going off with groups of lads. So in your circumstance, terrorists are running in armed and fuck you on Millwall.
Yeah, that might be because of the Arsenal.
Because the Arsenal top.
Yeah, because the Arsenal top, who knows?
Or just because you've got the fight in you.
Yeah, or I mean, it was.
How many beers did you had?
Be honest, about 4 or 5.
Okay.
I mean, my life weren't going well at that time. I just split up with my missus. I went back to my mum's, and luckily, I mean, I was having a few beers all the time.
Fuck you on Millwall.
I didn't want to put pressure on my mum. My mum's 80 years old. Someone give me a room.
So you stand at your moon.
Yeah, just to get myself sorted out. So my life wasn't that brilliant at the time. But I think I had about 4 or 5 pints. I mean, especially around the bar market, you can't really afford too much. The prices they charge.
Yeah, it's expensive.
And I didn't go out till late anyway. And say by 10 o'clock, I was nearly dead. So,
some poor people were.
Yeah,
mental.
I mean, I look back at it now. I survived it. And I survived something that none of my organs were. My arms are still weak. That didn't happen.
As this headline comes out, at which point do you realise that's you?
Well, I did. Well, I mean, obviously, I'm still in hospital.
Yeah.
I'm still in my hospital bed. It's just I got moved off the ICU unit into I think there's about 2 of us in a ward. They put us in a quiet ward. There's me and someone else down the road, and then I was allowed 2 or 3 visitors, which I noticed come up. I was a bit more alert.
Yeah.
I'm still
Who was your first visitor?
That's a good question, guys. Maybe one of the mates who was with us that night, because I mean I wasn't doing I wasn't in social. I had a little Nokia at the time which went flying. So, and my mate come up and he's going, "Oh, you've done this." Everyone's going mad about what you've done. I was just thinking it's all gone mad for me because I'm still in pain. My arms all bandaged up.
You've had 100 stitches.
I'm still confused. He's going, they're talking about George getting you like this and that. I was thinking...
So straight away afterwards, it's all over the news. Millwall fan, fights, terrorists.
Fights, terrorists.
You was labelled a hero.
Apparently it was on Good Morning Britain with Piers Morgan.
Piers Morgan spoke very highly of you.
Yeah.
I remember it.
Yeah, Piers did, as it goes.
Continued to, actually.
Yeah. And I chatted with him on the phone. He did phone me. My ex-missus went on there with her daughter onto...
Your ex-missus did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, which was a bit weird because months before that, we weren't getting on.
She's on there saying...
proud she was, this and that.
Oh, and are you in hospital watching that?
I don't feel I didn't have a telly. I watched it back.
Okay, so you're
Yeah.
still in hospital. Your ex-missus was on the TV.
Yeah,
What did
and
she
I was
say?
on the
What did
phone at the time. They put me on.
they got you on the phone from the hospital?
Yeah, no, from the when they was doing the interview with her and her daughter.
Okay.
They put me on the phone because I had the phone in the hospital.
Yeah.
And Piers was speaking to me, but it weren't coming out too clear as I was talking.
You was probably still on
yeah,
morphine.
while I was doing
Was
that.
you on morphine, drugs?
No, it's just like the
Pain
poxy
relief?
little phone I had, the Nokia, which.
Oh, okay.
And in the hospital, sometimes you can't get reception. So, but I was trying to talk to him. He was saying like everyone's like proud of you and this and that, and yeah, and I was talking about, and I said to Piers, well, next time if you want to if you want a security guard or something, let me know. Like, I'm still joking about, which was I look back on it now, I've looked and I laughed at it. And then about that was probably that day 4 I was in hospital, and I think about a week or 10 days later, I was still in hospital, and they invited me onto Good Morning Britain that morning because I was going down to surgery in the afternoon.
Okay.
On my diaphragm and everything else. So I went in actually to the studios. They picked me up.
They picked you up. So they picked you up from hospital.
Picked me
You've
up.
been in hospital 12 days.
Yeah, and they got me clothes, which I had no clothes and that.
Okay.
I asked for a shave as well from them
Did
because.
you tell them to get your Stone Island jacket?
Nah, they just got. I don't know what they got me. Probably got me saying from Piers. But I went on there, and as I said, Piers says he did say some good things for us. He praised me up. And everything was still the days. I should have been a hero. I was a hero. I still weren't recognising it as myself. And it's only till I think it was on Saturday, the following Saturday, that all my mates from Millwall come up. They met downstairs at the hospital. I was allowed to go down for the first time. That was a week later after the attack. So I went down to have a cough with them, and it's only then it's quite emotional. It's a couple of old ladies come up to me.
Yeah.
And one's like, give me a cuddle. And yeah, it's emotional. Still getting things now, which I still remember it to this day, which came in and said, thank you. Yeah, it's nice. It was nice. Then you're realising you've done something good. And it's nice.
Yeah.
But then obviously I was down the coffee with my all mates, just first time out a little bit. But I was still in pain. I was still badly injured
at that time.
Yeah, my arm was still on a thing where the muscle thing must have been.
Yeah,
thing in it. But when I come out of hospital, the ex put me up for a little while. They had to put me in a place because I was homeless still. Well, I was cast homeless, even though I was staying with a friend on the sofa. They put me in, they had to find me a place. So I went back to the exes for a couple of days until they got me somewhere.
The exes who spoke really well of you on TV.
Yeah.
Who hated you 2 months before.
Yeah, I ain't say no more. And then they found me a place. Okay, you found me a place. It was above a barber's, like Desmond's, in Brixton. Okay, it was a place, it was a bed, and a little shower in it. It's like a cell probably. But the all-night bar was getting help underneath.
Yeah.
And obviously then when you've done something like that, you've things in your head thinking, yeah, I'm sitting there on my own and I'm thinking it's not good here.
You didn't like being there?
Yeah,
I've
come from South London, I've come from Peckham, I lived in Peckham all my life. Okay. Brixton is Brixton. But other barbers that, because you've probably been in the paper, it's probably playing with mine then.
So you probably, so when we say, because Brixton is a very diverse area of London, yeah?
Yeah.
It used to be very black.
Yeah.
I believe now it's very Islamic.
I think it is.
And a lot of the blacks have converted.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at so you've been housed above a barber's. When you say it's playing on your head, in what way?
Maybe I was just sitting there on my own and just thinking too much. Maybe because I've been in the papers, 3 terrorists are dead. Even though it was African barbers or say it weren't
it weren't Islamic, but still.
I think it's just probably things we're going.
Was you worried?
Probably a little bit lonely, more than worried as well. And probably couldn't do nothing if anything did happen.
Yeah, lonely, and I guess, just to speak honestly, do you think at that time you were still scared?
I was scared or not. Probably scared because I couldn't probably be fit enough to do anything. If anything did happen. And I don't know why it played on my mind, but it did for a little while. I mean, a couple of mates come up. There was one night we went to a little bar just over by the underground station, and I sat by the door, and I didn't feel safe. I mean, because of what happened.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
You're probably reliving it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it was a major trauma, a major kicking I got, which will probably made me that way, just like that.
So then you're feeling nervous.
Yeah. I did move away from it.
Yeah. Has that left you or not?
Yeah. Eventually, yeah.
Still done.
Yeah, it was just after that, like first.
Do you find yourself sitting with the back to the wall when you go into venues or not?
No, not anymore. I mean,
I do.
Yeah.
I'd like to see who's coming in.
Yeah, it'd be nice. I mean, it is.
So you've been rehoused.
I've been rehoused. There was a just GoFundMe thing, which.
Okay, someone set up a GoFundMe to support you.
I mean, I got £50,000 in that.
£50,000.
Yeah, which is good.
That's good.
And do you know what? I mean, after that,
it's good.
Yeah, and what I did, I thought I can't handle this. Yeah, it's something I wanted. I wanted to go and buy a caravan, and I ended up going down to New Romley down in Kent. I bought a caravan in a little while after, like a couple months after, or a month after, because that would have been my new home then. That'd been a new start for me, and also get away from London.
Fresh start, get away from London.
Yeah, so I got that about a month after. They just did
GoFundMe money come in, and you thought, I'll relocate, get out of here.
Get out of here quick.
How did you feel in London after an attack like that? You've seen it, you know. At this point, you know how many are dead. How did you feel walking around London after that?
It felt horrible a bit that it's happened. I felt like over the first few months going past like other mosques, or if blokes are just standing on the floor, got beards on them. Yeah. I don't know. I just walked across the road. It hit me a little bit. I don't know why. I'm quite a strong person.
I think it doesn't matter how strong you are.
Yeah.
When you've seen that and you've been a victim of that.
Yeah.
And at this time, so people understand, we'd had Westminster Bridge attack, which was Khalid Massoud, who was actually from Luton, who worked in a mosque in Luton. He's killed. You've had the Manchester bombing. You've had this. It was going off.
Yeah, all that. Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. Terrorist.
After my one was it not Parsons Green? Was it the one where the bloke come from Wales all the way down in his van, wasn't it?
Yeah.
At the Finsbury.
Oh, the Finsbury Park. Yeah. Okay, that was a reaction. Yeah, that was the Darren.
I think that was the reaction after.
That was afterwards. Yeah. Well, that was actually the same. That attack happened the day that. What's the march? There's a terrorist march that goes on in London every year, full of terrorists. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have terrorist flags. They march through London every year, which is what Darren Osborne was coming to target that.
Right.
Because he couldn't get the van in anywhere near it, he went to Finsbury Park Mosque.
Because in the inquest, the London Bridge one, they was going to Oxford Street originally.
So these jihadis were heading to Oxford Street.
Yeah. I mean, they just had, before that, they had one of them had their programme out, the jihadis next door.
Had what? The programme, yeah.
Yeah.
The jihadis next door, yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
When you started seeing that, when you started seeing this, so you started to someone who's been a victim of this, you've seen people murdered, it's all gone off. When you see that these people were known, very well known, for their views, they've been on TV pushing their agenda, and our security services are fully aware of who they are.
Yeah.
How do you feel then?
I feel disgusted because, okay, you can't stop everything. They've stopped some, I suppose, but then they go. These are people that are on the programme promoting it on telly. I mean, the Channel 4 is actually encouraging them to do this. You knew who they were. You knew there was a problem. Why can't they call them on them?
It's like let down.
It's like 2 years after the London Bridge one. At London Bridge, they invited a person to come down who tried to blow up the stock exchange. And he ended up killing 2 people.
And then, because even a lot of these, they were giving them a platform because they
after
de-radicalised.
After I come out of hospital, I don't know how long it was after, but the Football Lads Alliance set up. They done 2 marches. Yeah. Very big marches.
Very big.
Yeah.
Huge.
I couldn't.
Millwall had a massive turnout.
Yeah.
West Ham had a massive turnout.
I was standing at the Elephant Inn at the missus' house. So I must have been just after I come out of hospital. Then it must have been about 2 weeks after that.
Okay.
Because I went over to the Elephant Castle and I introduced myself to, it was West Ham, Tottenham, Chelsea.
This is at that day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was all different nationalities as well. So, like, it was all good. Well, they're football lads.
Yeah, well, what sort of reception did you receive
I
there?
I went well enough to go on it myself as well.
Mentally unwell still?
No, like, everything was...
Physically?
Yeah.
Still damaged?
They'd done another one there. I mean, I can't remember how long it was after that. When I come out, I've got to get this right here because obviously there was a thing instant, like 6 months prior to the terror attack. Well, I was taking my girl, I was living at the Elephant with my ex-missus then, and I took my girl's dogs for a walk every day. And I got a confrontation with a load of students who were marching against Trump coming to London when Theresa May was in thing. Now, I walk in the dogs, got an husky there in a boxer. I mean, the husky is not the... it's a snappy little thing, which, well, I know he is, so I wouldn't let anyone stroke it. But this march was going on, very loud. They was coming to the dogs all the time. I was telling them to leave them alone because it'd bite you. This and that. Got into a little conflict.
And if you tell them to leave them alone because it'd bite them, if it did bite them...
Well, the dog we put down.
Your dog we put down.
Yeah.
So how long you had the dog?
By that time, probably about 9 years. 9 years.
So you've had your dog 9 years.
Yeah.
So at the time when someone's coming near your dog, you're saying, look, stand back.
We won't want any dog to bite anyone anyway because you...
No, but you don't... And also, you'll lose your dog.
Yeah.
So,
but there was a march on it. It was very loud. This and that. I got into a little convent. I told them to leave them alone. I said a couple of things to them. This and that. And there's a black photographer there taking photos of me, winding me up, and they're following me. Keep going on about things. Okay. I said something back to them. I said about National Front, this and that. I don't know why.
You shouted saying you're a National Front.
I'm National Front or something like that. I don't know why I said that. I've never been part of the
Have you ever been in the National Front?
No, I haven't been in the National Front.
Ever been on any National Front rallies?
No, I haven't been on National Front.
Okay.
I don't know why I said that, which is a question where you think, I'll just be honest with you, I just don't know why I said that.
Were they?
I could have said something about...
And these were black, Asian people?
No, it was only a black photographer.
Black photographer. So you've shouted to the black photographer, your National Front?
Yeah.
Would you say you were saying that to him because you were trying to piss him off?
Yeah, or unless someone said something to me and I've said something back.
Okay.
I might have been going on about saying, because I didn't call him anything, because otherwise I'd have been nicked for calling him an N-word or anything like that, if I did.
Okay.
So that wasn't even in the question.
Okay. And this has happened 6 months prior to the attack?
Yeah, about 5 or 6 months prior. Now, I think it was when I come out of hospital, they obviously see me in headlines. They made a complaint against the police of me, right? Because they recorded it.
So they've recorded. So you're blowing up. It's on the news.
Yep.
You're on TV. You're a hero. You've fought the terrorists. Those students from that day that you had the confrontation with over your dogs have then put this video out.
Put this video out of me, like probably racial. I don't think it's racial, is it?
Of you shouting your National Front.
Yeah.
And in a racial way having an argument. Possibly.
Well, I'm having an argument with them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm angry that they've having an argument with them about leave the dogs alone.
Yeah, okay.
All right, I might have said something back, like, or marching. Why
if it was racial, you'd have been arrested.
Yeah, I was arrested.
Okay.
They done an interview. They heard me, yeah. I had to go to the police
arrested
station.
on that day? Or 6 months later when the video
6 months later when the video came out.
Hold on, so the video, so nothing happens on that day you go home?
No, 6 months later when
you've tackled
it wasn't a problem then, yeah.
So then the video has been put forward and you're arrested?
Yeah, and I had to go to Wolf police station. He showed me the video. And he arrested me for, I'm sure it was a racial thing.
Inciting racial hatred?
Well, racial dog, like, I can't remember the exact one of it all.
Okay.
I watched the video, as I said, I even had them following me, driving me mad. Like, I could see it, where
I've seen the video.
They're winding me up, yeah.
They follow you, you're trying to walk away with your dogs, they keep following you across the road, they're shouting, screaming.
Yeah.
One of them tries to eat you.
The marshal on the...
He's wearing a high-vis vest.
Yeah, he's like chinning me. I've just, like, stepped back. And I go, why don't you... Like, I said to the police, why don't... There's people like that there, they've come here, I didn't do this 6 months ago. It's just supposed to see me. Which, okay, I got nicked for it. I didn't want the other person nicked.
So, because the lad hits you on camera,
yeah,
and that's the lad that you're now getting done for saying things to.
Yeah.
And he's made a complaint.
No, it's one of the other
He hasn't made a complaint. So on camera, he punches you. So when you're sat in your interview, do you say to police, "I'm not bothered"?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, I said
How come?
because I won't get the person nicked. I'm not like that. If I wanted to do that and make a complaint, I would have done it at the time.
Yeah, okay. So you weren't bothered about him hitting you?
No,
You've
and
had
I
an
didn't want
argument.
the police them to go to him. Ain't going to be tit for tat.
Okay, you didn't want him arrested.
Yeah,
You just done 6 months prior.
It's disgusting because they just wanted attention there, whatever. I took it on the chin. He said that's the one. He said I spat at him, the photographer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like watching VAR in the court. Yeah, I didn't get done for spitting at him.
Okay.
So it was a load of thing. I think it was like, well, I didn't get done for it.
Okay.
That was the
allegation.
That was the allegation they've done because it was like VAR where it slowed down in the video a link. I do remember now.
Okay.
Um,
So how does... I'm guessing that this story blowing up with accusations of racism probably derailed the path you was on after the terrorist attack in the sense of...
well, the people that were trying to get hold of me then, I think it was like the WBC. They was trying to the boxing people were trying to get in touch with me. There was a few other people trying to get in touch with me. They just disappeared then.
Once the accusation of
Okay,
racism
yeah.
when everyone else disappeared.
If I disappeared, they were like trying to see if they could do something first because of being a hero and this and that. And so they made an allegation. I've got nicked for it, and it's just like.
How did you feel when that's blowing up on the news? Did
I
it blow up on the
feel
news?
gutted. I feel gutted that the police actually took what they did, and I got charged for it. I was getting angry then because I've been through a major trauma. And I was angry that why didn't you do that 6 months prior if it meant so much? Because the police would have found out who I was anyway.
How long after the attack was you arrested for this?
We're talking about. I was in hospital 12 days when I think.
Yep.
When I come out of hospital, when I was at maybe about 2-3 weeks the most.
Just 3 weeks
Yeah,
after that
yeah,
attack,
yeah.
you were under arrest?
Yeah.
Handcuffed?
No, I'm coming in,
Voluntarily
yeah.
interviewed?
Because obviously they knew me, they knew
They
I was.
contacted you?
Yeah. And I went in there, looked at it, whatever else, and they've arrested me and we gone to there. And I took the nicking and I got nicked for it.
They didn't give you a caution, they put you a court, did they?
They got me, yeah,
You went to court?
in court.
Because they would have the option of giving you a caution.
Yeah. But they did.
They
No, I
didn't?
went court for it.
They sent you a court.
Court. A little while after that one, I went to my local MPs there because I was like asking for help with other things. Yeah. The MP weren't there, and I said something to the staff there. I didn't really go in the office. I said, "Look, all you look after is just like." I'm angry then because I needed help. I was after like getting at that barber's thing.
Okay, so you're put in a location, you're going to your MP to try and get help.
Yeah, the MP weren't there, but the staff were there.
Yep.
And I called them up. Muslim loving cunts or something, yeah?
Okay, to the staff?
Yeah, right? I wasn't even in the office.
Why would that be? What is it?
Maybe because I'm nearly murdered by him. Yeah, I was angry. Right?
And would a part of it play... Was it just merely that you were nearly murdered by them, but do you think they were left on the street to be able to murder you? Do you think that... Would you have been angry?
I do now.
Would you have been angry that
Yeah,
he shouldn't even been on the street? These
Yeah.
fuckers shouldn't have been here.
I do now. I mean, I'm angry. My life should have been changing around again. It weren't, I'd say, brilliant leading up to that. I've done something brilliant ever once. I didn't know how good I've done
Done at the
how good
time.
I've over the years. It's crazy the things that now I know. Probably we're talking about scores of people or dozens of people that maybe would have got out there because of myself.
Yeah.
But they're half a minute fighting them.
Yeah.
And then you got.
So we said in that 30 seconds that you're fighting with them and throwing windmills and holding on to them, you could have saved a dozen people's lives.
Yeah. And after talking to that girl last year,
She confirmed it.
she see a lot more than I did. Which makes me feel good.
Had you had many feelings like that before? Have you have you ever felt like great about yourself before that? Or?
Only if I had a nice win on the horses years ago. Or a Millwall one. Or get a draw. But no, and I mean, as I say, I've come out.
So you were angry. Well, you're angry at.
I said that at the MP's office.
Yeah.
And the MP then made a complaint to the police. they arrested me. I got a 2-year banning order for keep away from Southwark offices, where I needed probably help. That's with Neil Coyle, the MP for Bermondsey. So everything then was going a little bit okay. I shouldn't be stuck with my mouth saying these things, but maybe I should be getting help. Right after a terror attack, there's an they organise people coming to us go to the Maudsley to do assessment on us, yeah. And then they see which way the best way to go. Now, I've had about 4 or 5 assessments, and I've still not got any help. I had even when I went down to
Still now?
No, I got it.
Okay.
About 2 years ago, I went to stay in a B&B at Paddington. They put me there as a temporary accommodation, and it was under Westminster talking therapies. So I actually done a little bit of help.
Okay, so let's rewind. That's 2 years ago. This happened in 2017. So for 5 years.
Yeah.
For 5 years.
Yeah.
You've gone to your council. You've gone to your MP.
Yeah.
You've had no counselling.
No counselling.
No help.
No help.
You've been assessed multiple times.
Yep.
What did the assessment say? What was wrong with you?
One complex post-traumatic stress disorder.
You were diagnosed with complex
Yeah.
post-traumatic stress disorder.
And that was on 2 assessments.
Okay. And even after that, still?
Yeah.
No, nothing?
Nothing, no. I mean, I did move then down to Kent with the caravan.
Yeah.
When I moved down there, I was under probation anyway because of the other things.
Yeah.
I was seeing probation at Borough. I was seeing a probation officer, but another probation officer introduced herself. She was a prevent probation officer.
Okay.
And I was I'm not clued up on all that thing. And I thought,
Prevent is a government body that acts at de-radicalisation when people are at risk of extremism.
Yeah, but I didn't know they had probation officers.
No, they have so they have leads in councils, probation.
Right.
So okay.
Because my probation officer said it's all right. She comes in.
Prevent is mainly set up and mainly tackles Islamic extremism.
Yeah.
And that was the core message. And then they start searching for others to.
But my normal probation officer asked me if she all right. If she sits in with us.
So she she brings in someone.
So she's trying to put herself into us.
Okay.
Now I was down in Kent in the caravan site. Then she goes, we've got officers prevent officers down there that might want to come and see you. Was it okay? And I'm thinking to myself, okay to see me. I didn't know I was going to be in trouble to go on it, but the event course, which they got someone from outside, was he come down from Birmingham and about 6 sessions he done for me.
So what year was this?
That must have been when I came in. You're talking about 2018 maybe?
Oh, so it's just 6 months after the attack?
Yeah, because I bought the caravan about 2 months after the most.
Well, tell me, in this month, 2 months, 3 months, in this 6 months here, after the terrorist attack, how was your sleep?
Sleep was bad. I mean...
Could you sleep?
Yeah, I couldn't sleep. I was having wake up times or I was sitting up. I was just didn't want to sleep. I mean, there's sometimes like I was just been back. On one particular occasion, I come back from London and I bought about £100 worth, £150 worth of amphetamine.
Speed that keeps you awake?
Yeah, I don't like it. I've hated it.
What reason?
I remember I've had it once before and that was to do some painting and it kept me up for about 3 days and it was when I was younger.
Okay.
And I didn't like it. But because I didn't want to sleep and
Why didn't you want to sleep? What when you sleep, what happens? Do you sleep comfortably? Do you wake up?
Some I do. I couldn't sleep because with the arms hurting as much, with the, ribs.
Was there anything going on up here when you're sleeping?
Sometimes, yeah, quite. Not as much, but it did sometimes. And maybe the bangs used to be. Now I was on holidays.
The gun bang?
Yeah. I was at the dark nights probably, where the winter time. I think that hit me bad, where I just didn't like it.
This podcast is brought to you by Urban Scoop. Any support to carry on this work will be greatly appreciated. Please visit urbanscoop.news/support us. Thank you.
And I was coming back and forward to London. London's my home. And I was coming back and forward to appointments where I should be housed. helped with housing properly by the local government. I wouldn't ask for much.
You're feeling neglected after what's happened?
Yeah, especially when I got banned from the Southwark Council because of the MP, the nicking because of the students.
At this time, have the council, even when they've rang the police, have they took into account the fact you've been diagnosed with severe post-traumatic stress disorder from an attack that someone tried to butcher?
I mean, we're trying to make them complaint. They come back with me where there's one report now. I see it afterwards, about a year after. I didn't really take much notice because my was all over the place. They offered me 30 places. I turned them down. You don't get offered 30 places.
That's what they've said.
Yeah, in the report. So
They've
they've
said
done
that
nothing
now.
wrong. Yeah.
So where you've made a complaint saying about housing this, they've then come up with something which you've
We made a complaint about that. We made a complaint that why wasn't I at the Old Bailey at the inquest to see myself get stabbed? Why did I read it in the paper the next day?
Why do you think that was?
Well, because they didn't want me into the inquest.
Why do you think they didn't want you in the inquest?
I think it was too big of an event.
Like, it was because of the accusations against you?
No, I think it was just like the people doing the inquest. It was such a big inquest to do, and the Old Bailey. I think I just didn't want too many people in there all the time, like Pat Gallery, and then whoever's involved. Because I said I wanted to know, I wanted to go like as much as possible, or especially when it mentioned about myself. He said, we'll let you know whenever you're mentioned or anything happens. But the second day, I was being, as you said, stabbed and in a fighting stance after.
Afterwards, you held your fist back up in the air.
I felt because they should have showed me that themselves.
So you're just seeing this on the news?
I see it on the news, yeah, and things like that. They did then show me 10 or 20, 15 minute seconds.
Did they? Do you think in the time frame, do you think you was totally cut out then from when the negative headlines come out?
Oh yeah, I think in that inquest, I think I was mentioned about 5 times. Nothing major. I think the inquest is, I don't know where to get these, because how can they say to these people, well, I know personally now that my mate obviously was in somewhere else, and they're asking these people to make a
statement.
Stand.
Yeah, they weren't there.
Yeah, I mean, they paid all this money for the inquest, and my name was even it wasn't even mentioned. And apart from the dead, I've come off the worst.
Apart from the dead,
I mean, 3 police officers got the George Cross.
So 3 police officers turned up. Did they have firearms?
No.
So they've come running in.
Transport police.
Okay.
With batons.
And have they tried to fight the men with the batons?
Yeah, they must have done. I mean, they got the George Cross, 3 of them, but they've still let them through to stab me. So
the 3 officers have been given the George Cross, which to
help people.
If you're a police officer, I know it's your job, but still there's a level of bravery.
Yeah.
You haven't stood back, you've gone at them and fighting them.
No.
So they deserve a George Cross. But you were nominated, 24,000 people signed a petition.
No, it was about there might be about 6 or 7 petitions.
Okay.
With over 100,000 in total. I have looked at it. But with the honours, you have to email the honours list. They don't take petitions no more.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't take. You have to email the honours thing, and they do their own investigation after.
And then they award people an honour. The George's Cross is for gallant bravery.
And some people have done that in the past, and they've been turned down straight away. But someone else has done it this March, and it looks quite promising because it looks quite promising, and especially.
Well, let's take out anything previously. At that moment, at that time, your bravery in fighting and not running in the toilet with your mate or whoever else, right? That's a level of courage it's shown, and bravery. That has resulted in, which you now know, women, men,
children, maybe eating at restaurant,
that was still on.
And I feel proud of myself over the years. Well, I mean, I'm hearing things from different people, from different nationalities, everything else, and they're all true. And then I've heard things there where people said things that weren't true.
Some people are saying they've done certain things on that day.
Some people said, it was there, this and that, and they've gone on TV saying this and that.
I know that even when I looked into one case, and it was the MP who was murdered in
Westminster.
No, the MP. No, not that. No, the MP that was murdered.
Joe
Cox. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now Joe Cox, there was say 6 witnesses there.
Yeah.
All 6 witnesses who saw him murder her described totally different things.
Yeah.
Now they're not lying, but their recollection of what happened, they're all totally different.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing in an instant like this, when something like that happens, people are in out of consciousness, people have seen so much, they're panicked. I'm guessing they all remember, maybe not falsely or intentionally. Because I remember looking at it thinking, how can they all have such different... I was trying to work out what's gone on here. Or even in their descriptions of the person who done the attack, what they said, they all had different... They all had different things that were said, which if there wasn't CCTV, the person could have gotten not guilty in sense or for these sorts of attacks, because none of them described him correctly.
I mean, that attack there, I mean, there's so much... I mean, the SAS landed the helicopter on the bridge within whatever, about 10 minutes or whatever.
What, in London?
Yeah. I mean, like myself, about the bravery award, this and that, I mean, all I wanted to do as well was say thank you to the 2 police officers.
Which you've never
that rushed me to hospital.
Yeah. And you've watched that on the footage. So
I watched that on the footage.
You've seen them holding you.
They showed me the footage, the old footage of that.
What was it like watching that?
It was alright because it was quite funny because I could see, as I say, when I went over the bumps, I could see me jump like thing like, and I kept going,
you remember
slow down and all that. And they kept saying to me,
slow down.
Hang on, this and that. So I mean, they've done me and they've done me a good there, but then maybe I don't know why. I don't know why there's something there that is in my name that I'm connected to something or whatever. I mean, I did talk to one police officer. He said something about me being flagged up. Something I don't know whatever that means.
Flagged up on Intel on the system.
Maybe.
Okay. What about talking about criminal injuries? Because on an attack like this, people get given criminal injuries for.
Like criminal injuries, obviously. Now with the criminal injuries, I mean, mine was all over the place for thinking. I did get it in within a 2-year.
You have 2 years
time thing,
to put your application in for criminal injury compensation.
2-year thing in that. Now, when I put the application in, I was off probation then, but I still had unspent conviction, which I didn't know nothing about. It's when you finish probation, you still got a year. It's called unspent. Okay. Now, the criminal injuries won't give you no money. They will turn you down if you've got unspent convictions.
What was your unspent conviction for?
Probably, I got caught in the caravan when I smashed my caravan up when I lost it one night. I had some amphetamine in it.
So this is in the time. So you've been diagnosed post-traumatic stress disorder. Yeah. You're down in a caravan on your own.
On my own, yeah.
Isolated.
Like I said, it's a caravan place.
Okay.
But as an outgoing person,
you've got.
I was a different person.
Tell me about the night then that you've got arrested.
Well, I mean, over the months there, I must have smashed quite a few tellies myself. Where,
Okay.
I don't know why. Maybe I got the up with things.
Have you read up on post-traumatic stress disorder? Have you read what the signs are? What the different things it can do? Have you researched it all properly?
No, I haven't.
Quick temper.
It'd be nice to
fast temper.
There's always my phone's going into the telly.
Yeah. So
Why did I phone back? It's crazy because either whoever I was seeing at the time might give me the ump, or someone might give me that. I just threw the phone at the telly. I don't know why.
Would that have happened before the terrorist attack? Is this
something? No, it happened after the terrorist attack.
You were smashing things up, getting aggressive.
I mean, okay, I'm smashing my own things.
Yeah.
I know it no one, but there's something there that's triggering it. I'm not right. I need help.
Police been called to the caravan.
Well, I had Prevent under me. Yeah. And
that's on?
Yeah. Now, Prevent, when I said I went to see these people, they said they'd come and say hello to us anyway. And that's when I had a bloke called Dave Alport come down from Birmingham 6 times.
I know Dave.
Yeah. He works for Rewind, I think it was.
So let me I'll tell you how I met Dave. I was in Luton and there was a counsellor. Yeah, she's from Luton and she pulled me aside when I stepped up the English Defence League. She said, will you sit down with that man over there?
Yeah.
I said, who is he? She said, he's an anti-racism campaigner. I said, all right, what's he doing? She said, he needs to understand you.
Yeah.
Wants to understand who you are and what you're thinking. I said, tell him to spend the next 3 days with me.
Yeah.
I'll let him in. I took him to meetings. I said,
he looks like an old skinhead bloke.
He's a good lad.
Yeah.
I said, tell me what you believe. He goes, I'm against racism, I'm against this, I'm against that, I'm against... All the things he said, I thought, yeah, I agree with all that. I said, all right, sound. I said, you understand that what we are is something different. And I tried to, and then he's in his first walk through Luton Town with me. Yeah, I had Harun Ghaffur, little Pakistani Muslim gangster boy, come up to me, and he goes, actually, man, someone's going to end up dead.
Yeah.
This was because he knew me. Yeah. He goes, someone's going to end up dead. This was start of the English Defence League. I said, bro, and he gave me a hug. He said, man, we need to sort some shit out here. It's all going off. Yeah. And he gave me a hug, and then I had a black lad spring up who come through and shook my hand. Right. Then I had 2 Polish girls come up and give me a hug.
Yeah.
And by the end of one walk through town, this Dave stand there and he's like, "Yeah, this isn't what it's being portrayed as." Yeah. And I said, because he clearly saw, and then he said that he was educating. He said his job was to educate youth workers. So he said, I was educating a youth worker the other day, and I was saying to them, I walked through town with Tommy. Blacks come up to him, Pakistanis come up to him, Polish come up to him. They all embraced him, hugged him. They all liked him. Yeah? That wasn't what I'd been led to believe. And he said, and I taught this, but I still didn't trust him. Only then, about a year later, I was walking through town and I said, I see this youth worker. I didn't know him. He goes, I'm a youth worker. I got educated about you. And he told me this same story. So I thought that man was genuine. Yeah. He was taking back what he saw from me and feeding it back, not making up that I'm a racist. Yeah. So I then trusted Dave. Yeah. I thought he's a good man. He is against racism, so am I. Yeah. He is against all these things. But yeah, so it's mad that you actually met Dave, because I met
Dave, and we got on well, and he was telling me about different ways of whatever's far right or the other way.
So his
it's better different club of what people wear and all that. I mean, he does his own project, whatever it is, for Prevent.
Okay, that's project.
And we got on well because we both like football. He's an Aston Villa fan. And we talked a few times. He goes, you shouldn't be on this thing. Like, I mean, I should be helping you more to get help. Like, socially.
To get help, to address.
Now I found out through probation, why did I have to go on these Prevent courses? Apparently, they said that I said something that they didn't like. I think it was that probation officer that came in on that time.
Yeah, what did you say?
Made herself busy.
What did you say to him? That they didn't like?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
am I right that in this first 6 months, am I right that Met Police sat you down and said to you that you may be in danger?
May be in danger, yeah. One of them said that.
What did they say?
I might be on the list of ISIS. I don't know whether he was just a busybody and didn't know anything.
So a police officer told you that they believe you may be on ISIS.
And when you edge all over the place, and when you're not clued up on certain things, it does play in your mind. It does play in your mind. And that probably didn't help things more. And this is where, I did come back to London when I was going a bit bad. I started smashing a couple of things up in my van, maybe getting the ump. Being alone, not isolated, because we've got a bar there, we've got a club there. And I've done it. Anyway, I smashed things up, and I had amphetamine on the side, which I got nicked for possession.
They charged you?
Charged me. I went to remand.
You went on remand?
Yeah, I went remand for 3 weeks because...
you spent 3 weeks in prison?
Yeah. Went to the Isle of Sheppey, went to Canterbury, because Canterbury's court. Then to the Isle of Sheppey. So I smashed my van, but they figured the vote. And there must be something where they didn't want me back on that's the address I give them, which maybe weren't right. So I had to wait till the next court date.
Yeah, then you have to go, so they remand you and then you have to go for an application for bail.
Yeah, and I think it was 3 weeks after that.
So you spent 3 weeks in jail. What was jail like?
Yeah, I was with two nice people. They come in from different backgrounds. One was like an Hell's Angel sort of bloke, biker. One was another bloke from, I think, Kent. Yeah, 3 of us in the cell. We got on all right.
Did they know who you were? Did people in the jail?
Eventually they did, yeah. They knew who I was.
Other prisoners knew who you were?
Yeah.
How was that?
Yeah, lucky I did. A few people I knew. And there's a couple of people from South London who are Millwall, people, yeah. Okay. So, got to know that way, but obviously in jails, it was so much, I didn't see so much in there, but you can get your Muslim gangs. Maybe not so much there, it weren't.
Not Isle of Sheppey, no, it's not a catchment.
I mean, I've been Belmarsh, not Belmarsh, the other one.
Wandsworth?
No, one next to Belmarsh. Thamesmead, dude.
Okay, Thamesmead.
Yeah, I've been in them sort of places, but...
When you were younger?
Yeah, more not when I was younger. That was another nicking where I went in there for a couple of weeks after for something.
Was that after the terrorist attack?
Yeah.
So you've been in jail. So prior to the terrorist attack, how many have you been in jail a lot?
No, I've only done one 18-month stint.
What year was that in?
It was just 2004, something like that, 5.
Okay, let me try and understand more about your life then.
Yeah, 2004.
Where did you grow up? Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Peckham, the Old Kent Road.
What was that like when you were growing up?
We grew up in an housing estate. Yeah.
Council estate?
Council estate, yeah.
Okay.
Council estate. I've got 3 brothers. My dad was in and out of prison.
Your dad was?
Yeah, he was in and out of prison, fraud.
Fraud?
Fraud, like credit card fraud. And
Okay.
yeah, it's just 1 minute we've got nothing, next minute we've got all the top.
Okay.
Yeah, the Ataris or whatever it was in them days and everything else. Okay, I mean, then I knew, I've got a different dad from my brothers and like things like that. Eventually
Have all your brothers got the same dad?
Yeah, and I've got a different one from, like, I eventually knew who come around like after us. He actually lived in Stockfold, which...
Just like for me?
Yeah, the shop there, like, and all that.
You know, so you brought up with 3 brothers, they had a different dad.
Yeah, but I didn't know at the time.
You didn't know he weren't your dad?
No, I didn't know.
Did he treat you differently to the other 3?
No, I mean, I treated him... no, not really. I mean, he was in that, prison, this and that.
Would you say you still had a good upbringing?
I mean, I was a sick kid. I was in and out of hospital a lot with the asthma. I was a very sick kid up to about age 10, I think.
Okay.
My mum said I was in there about 3 months a year. 4 months a year. I was getting asthma attack after asthma attack. Yeah, so I was in and out of hospital. But
what was Peckham like at that time?
I mean, Peckham's a rough area.
Yeah.
Always has been.
One of the roughest areas in London.
Used to be like no ghost estates.
Yeah.
And everything else there. It's like a ghost town now, but you still get your stabbings every day, like everywhere else.
But it was was it a predominantly white area when you grew up, Peckham?
No, mixture. Mixture. Blacks and whites.
Yeah.
Yeah, mainly blacks and whites. And
did you grow up with black friends?
All played out on the estates and everything, yeah. I mean, and I used to like football teams. I used to run football teams from the age of like 18, 19, like with pub teams and that.
You were running teams?
Well, I ended up being like running them because otherwise someone else wouldn't.
Okay. You love football?
I love football. I used to like play before school on the estate. Afterwards, we used to do it. A load of us used to play all the time. I've been going football since I was about 13. Supporting Millwall.
How far is Bermondsey then, where Millwall is, to Peckham?
Millwall, that's about a mile away.
Oh, so Millwall's closest club?
Yeah, of course.
So everyone in your upbringing...
The old ground, we used to
Peckham.
see the old floodlight from our like balcony and that. We used to like... And we used to have we used to have a little bit, like an hill where there used to be a dog track, an old dog track there. We used to drive up on a bike when we was about 10 or 11. We can watch about 3/4 of the ground. We used to call it Jews Hill, so we didn't have to pay. Like, and I mean, Millwall had about 3,000 average crowd in them days.
Okay.
I mean, never have been the best thing in that. But it's always something I stuck with, and I started going home and away games from the age of 14 and that.
No one likes us, we don't care.
Yeah.
That's Millwall's
it is, and
slogan. Millwall have a reputation.
It's mad where a small club like that has built a massive
name for themselves.
Yeah.
Or a worldwide name.
Yeah. I mean, it's a rough area.
Amongst football fans.
Yeah, of course. And even to this day. Yeah. I mean, the amount of support I've had from football fans all over the country, even West Ham fans, Tottenham, like Chelsea, all of them, everywhere. Probably every club. I can't say thank you enough to them, like even them little comments.
Has that helped you?
Eventually, yeah. Yeah, it's nice when you get little comments. I don't like reading too much. I mean, like, I kept smashing phones, as I said before. I didn't really look at things. I kept maybe driving myself too much mad looking. And maybe, where was I at that time when I got shot and things like that? I should drive myself.
Reliving it all?
Maybe. And then, but when I put social media back on a couple of years ago, I mean, the support I get like from little comments of people, it's nice. It's nice. Just them little comments.
Do you feel you've had the right support? Do you feel you had the right support from the authorities after what happened?
No, not that I know of.
How do you feel? How's your feeling towards them?
Disgusted. And do you know what? I don't know why. I mean, Mark Rowley's in charge of the Metropolitan Police now. He was in charge of the counter-terrorism at the time.
Oh, mate, he made mad statements about me.
Yeah.
Mental. I think he put me on the bracket of Angelo Chowdhury.
Yeah.
Mark Rowley, yeah.
Yeah, he was in charge. He's in charge of the thinking now, which he's trying to kick out all the bad stuff and all that.
He's in charge of what now?
He's in charge of the Met Police, isn't he, now?
Okay.
Yeah, he got called back by saying.
Kick out more bad stuff, like
It's
all the
kicking,
rapists and
yeah,
paedophiles
he's kicking
they've
all
got in
them out
their
now.
police force. Is he?
Yeah. But they've all got medals for doing they should have been doing their job.
Yeah.
Like, they've all got medals for...
You said, I'm feeling you've really got a... You don't feel you've been...
Oh, no, I don't feel that. And as I say, my worst times, I couldn't even, like, face my mother. I couldn't even, like, look at her and have a conversation with her. My head was all over the place. I just couldn't look at people. I just wanted to turn away. It's just if I'd like, it's if I'd done something bad. It's just the way my head was.
You had a problem connecting.
Yeah, it's the only one. And like I say, even to my mother.
How'd your mum deal with all this?
I mean, there was times there where I've gone back to my mum's after that. I smashed that caravan up. Yeah. Things like that. I come out after the 3 week. My mum, I went back
Smash
to
your own caravan up, remanded in jail.
Yeah, come back out.
Suffering from post-match stress disorder from a
I've
terrorist attack.
decided, my mum just put me up for a while.
Did she put you up for a little while so she could keep her eye on you?
Oh, no, she just wouldn't let me sleep on the streets and that.
Okay.
Yeah, even though, like...
So after the caravan, because you couldn't go back to
And I made a call to prevent some of my mums, because they was... Anywhere you go, if they even asked me, like, the renting cards I had, can you give us the registration number?
Were they concerned about you or what you might do?
I don't know. I got stopped before, but when I was going up to Sunderland, Millwall one night, I left early in the morning because I had to go back to London to meet my other mates, and then we had to do a long drive up there. And I'm getting pulled up by police and all that. Like, I'm sure they said, where you off to? As if, like, then it's playing in your head, are you being watched? For no reason.
Paranoia setting.
Maybe
Maybe
yeah.
not, maybe
yeah. I'm not important. I don't think I'm important enough to, unless there's something on the record that makes you, I want to know.
I've read that they were concerned around the fear of radicalisation. Apparently, you had contact from people who are right wing, far right.
I mean, obviously the big marches were.
Football Lads Alliance is that who they're classed as far right?
Yeah.
Fucking.
Yeah.
Oh, ridiculous, man. The Football Lads Alliance is a mixture of football. So anyone who doesn't know, the Football Lads Alliance formed after the 3 or 4 terrorist attacks. It was a combination of football supporters from each club coming together. From the off, they made their anti-racism, anti-extremism stance welcome to all from the off.
Yeah.
Non-white support, huge.
I think it was John Willet from Tottenham, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're not a far-right group.
No, he actually set it up, yeah.
You're on Prevent because of connections, because I've read the reason to put you on Prevent was because you linked with the far right. It's Football Lads Alliance.
Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, I've got a clue. They won't give me the answers anyway.
In my research, I read that.
Yeah.
I read it come across the reason you were put through Prevent was because you
were... About mum's, I made a call saying I'm at my mum's.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to be here for some reason? Am I here? Apparently, I wasn't allowed to go to my mum's.
Why?
I don't know. But 3 days later, or 2 days later, a van load of them come round. I got nicked, breaching something.
Where's your mum's? Is it within a distance of where you've been given the...
Well, I've come back from the caravan site.
So the radius of your MP who got the 2-year order?
Yeah.
Is it within the distance of where he is?
No, that's just council offices. It's just me being like, letting them know there because I've done something at the caravan, I've gone.
And then you're at your mum's, and then they come round and nick you?
They come round and nick me. I went to...
Did they remind you?
That might have been the one I went...
Thameside?
Yeah. Made me feel like just I went back out. Because one was a breach with a phone call. And these are the people that are meant to look after you. I think, unless they prevent... No, maybe they're just trying to find out more about something that maybe weren't true. Or trying to put me in a situation where maybe they was worried because things were in my name. Who knows?
Do you have a good relationship with your mum?
Yeah, I mean, like, I had a good relationship with mum. It was too much for me where certain things when I split up with my girlfriend, I was at my mum's, where I was at, probably going to the pub all night, and then probably sitting up. That's why I went to someone's house down in the Borough Market.
Yeah.
Because she worked for her. She's nearly 80 years old at the time. She's about 85 now, I think. 86 now, which...
When you come out of school, what did you do? Work?
Well, when I was at school, I was 15... I've done a couple of weeks agency work at a post room in Alban for a company called Cable and Wireless, which you probably know, Mercury Communications.
Okay.
I've done a 3-week stint there, and then they said, like, the bloke's leaving, do you want to come back when you're 16? I left school with nothing. I went back there at 16, I ended up staying at Cable and Wireless for 22 years.
Okay, well.
Yeah, from 16, because I spent a year or so in the post room, just going around the things, and then I went down to the print room, and they sent me to printing college at the Elephant. I've done all my sitting guilds. I mean, the printing game now is gone.
Yeah.
But I still, like, I've done the job then, started work. So I've worked.
Most of your life.
Yeah, most of my life. I wasn't working at the time when the terror attack happened.
Right.
Whether I go back to work now,
Could you,
I'd like to.
if I can ask you?
I would like to.
Do you think you could? Are you? How much are you suffering? How much of your
Oh,
day
no,
to
over
day?
the years now, it's got better each year, and it does get better in the long run. Yeah, I've noticed that. And I tell you what's helped me as well. I had a rescued bully XL last year. Someone asked me to look after it for a week. Their boyfriend's gone to prison. So they find a place for it. She couldn't handle it no more. You know what? It's got one eye. I think it's been a breed. I think they've been used as breeding.
Abused.
Yeah. You know what?
Breeding or abused?
Yeah, abused and breed. I
Okay.
think. Nah, I couldn't give that dog a back. I just fell in love with it, and I'm going for walks now every morning at about 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. It's done me a big favour where I can't go on the piss, and then walks does your brain quite a lot.
I must say to everyone, man, just walk.
Yeah.
It seems mad. You could be as down as you are. Get out in the open outside and walk.
So there's two losers like walking along where no one wants them. But
You ain't a loser.
no, of course not. No. Listen, that dog I wouldn't even like. I couldn't even like it with my hand, like raise my hand to it. So that's done me a favour. Where
Done you a favour? Do you think it's give you a direction? Is it saved you?
mentally, like it's done me a favour, like getting up, not going like sitting up all night.
Yeah.
Not thinking too much. All I'm thinking about is I've got to take her out in the morning.
You
If I go football, I've got to be back for her. I can't stay out and have a drink. So it's done me a favour in that way.
Did you hit the drink more after this attack than you ever have, or not?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. Like, when I went down the thing, I was just sitting down, maybe I've got a bottle of phone in. What do you call it? Not a bottle of wine. Like, I used to drink either a bottle of wine and that or something.
After the attack or before?
Yeah, on the attack when I was in the caravan on my own.
On your own?
Yeah, and I'm one that never drinks indoors. I like to go to the pub. I'm a pub like sort of person. But the pub thing there is, it's not me. A lot of things are not me now. Where I'm a different person. Football I love. Football is my life.
Oh, so you used to be outgoing, used to be in the pubs.
Even football now, I don't go away games as much no more. I can't do the travelling as much. I don't like it. But also the home games now are getting too much where people they want to know the thing. Ask me who don't know me, but I want to talk to my mates who I ain't seen for a couple of weeks. Yeah, I want to talk to this person. I don't know people coming in and asking me what the same old thing again. Where you're missing your football, they want selfies done. I know it's something that, and sometimes I just think I'll leave early sometimes and just. It's like sad where you go home early and just. I don't know. I should be enjoying maybe things there. Maybe I'm changing, a different person.
You've changed.
Yeah.
It's changed your personality. You can't enjoy the things you did enjoy.
Yeah. I mean, pubs now. I mean, my girlfriend, who I've known for a long time, after my mum's thing with the people, she took me in her house. And I went like, all over the place. She had her daughter there with her grandkid. But she took me in, and that girl changed me head for the better.
That's what the counsellor should have been doing.
Yeah. Just need someone there to be with someone
And
just,
let off with.
Yeah.
Talk to.
Yeah. I mean, she took that chance because she had her daughter there living with her grandkid and all that. You had me, who she's known for years as well. Yeah, that could have been anyway. I could have been ended up smashing her TVs or something.
Yeah, you could have been volatile.
But she'd done slowly, mate, started coming together in a way. I mean, we're still together, but I live separately now from her. When I got the flat.
You still on good terms?
Yeah. Well, it's her birthday on Tuesday, which
What's her name?
Tracy.
Tracy, happy birthday. You sound like you've done a good job.
I'll make it up for her, which... yeah, I mean, I can't thank her enough for making me go back, forward. I used to go back to them dark days where, as you say, drinking wine, Prosecco in the caravan, and just driving myself mad, and...
I've been there. I've been there, bro.
Yeah.
Why do you think... So, if someone said, why, I was on binges, man, hitting it hard.
Yeah.
And I'd say it was escapism. I was always trying to escape my reality.
Yeah.
Why do you think you turned to drink. What was it that when you were drunk? What's it do to you? What was it?
Well, nothing, because I had a big clubhouse there. I mean, I just didn't want to like be around people.
Isolating.
The noise was too much. Like, I didn't like noise. Even the football, like with big matches. When I come back to London, I had to learn with all the lights everywhere. Like,
you sound like you're going through mental health issues.
Yeah. And another thing after the terror attack, remember I said about the light of the, I see the ambulance, and then I see the blue, the armed response units. For a few years after, them blue lights used to flash in my head when other one went past, in a weird way. Like, and it must have been because I was in, like, being unconscious, maybe lying on the floor, that these lights were something in my head.
Trauma.
Yeah. And it's not a nice place to be. It's not a nice place. I am quite strong. I mean, it's not once I ever thought about committing suicide or this and that. I reckon what's been through my head, I reckon 9 out of 10 people would have done. The way you've been let down and things like that. Hope to go not one bit back. There is them times you're gonna. You're not real human. I'd be wrong if I say I didn't. I mean, Millwall have given me their season ticket every year. I think that's more depressing than...
Millwall,
Am
I right that Millwall wanted you to go on a de-radicalisation course?
I had to go on a racist course after that other thing.
After the incident?
Yeah.
So the incident with the black guy who hit you, who you were shouting at?
I went on the racism course there. They did say come in there. I did go there. I've done that with them.
What happens on that racism course?
What's right and wrong? It's a bit like Trevor Phillips. They kept saying what's right and wrong. Even down to, you can't say, because Millwall played Tottenham, they were singing 3 for a tenner to that Chinese man up front. That's racism. He was telling me all like what's racism and what ain't racism.
Oh, explaining to you that, okay.
Yeah, which, you know what's wrong and what ain't right. It's banter when you go in, if them DVDs were being sold. I know like we can't say about these things.
Is that racist? Bantering about that at football?
Well, he reckons it was. I agree with him.
Okay.
And I said to him, I goes, how'd you get discounted? Like, I didn't mean to like open my mouth up, but well, you did it when the DVD was.
Yeah, 3 for a tenner.
Yeah, or something like that. Or try and get 4 if you could.
Chinese DVD men, all the people walking in selling you the copy DVDs, new films used to be Chinese.
But then, like I say, you know what's right and wrong and what ain't, and there is some silly ones, maybe to us, maybe not.
In the new world.
In the
new world, you can't even banter amongst friends.
You can't do nothing. I can't remember math. I mean, I had the son phone me up one day. I think it was the 3 girls that who left England, went to ISIS.
Shamina Begum.
Right. She lost her
3 kids.
A passport, British citizenship, about a year or 2 ago.
Yep.
And they phoned me up and said, what do you think? I goes, well, she left the country. I said, like, I hope she rots there. Right? I goes, I'm still fighting compensation. She's getting legal aid, which she ain't a British citizen. Right? That's all the comments I made.
So you felt, because you weren't allowed compensation, which would have helped you.
Yeah.
Because you had a criminal conviction for something else, yeah? And she has legal aid, so millions has been spent probably on her law fees to try and get back into the UK when she willingly went and joined a terrorist organisation. And she made comments about enjoying it.
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Like,
I think she made comments about the Manchester thing as well, like I said, say. But I said, like, well, she could go and what if she's gone to these.
Do you know what I think? I think that journalist is a fucking arsehole.
Yeah,
who's contacted you?
Right, but he's done it.
He's contacted you to get you to say something.
There's a Southwark councillor that I've known for about 35 years who lived on our estate. Right, he sent me a text saying how disgusted he is on what I said. Right, these were groomed girls that were raped and this and that. And do you know what? I goes to him.
She was still there when she was 18, 19, 20.
Yeah, I goes, I've known you for years and you've actually wrote to me personally, said, like, text me and said that I'm wrong.
Who's this Southwark councillor? What's his name?
His name was Barry Hargreaves.
Barry Hargreaves. Had he ever contacted you after the attack?
No.
So after the attack, he hadn't contacted you?
No, he's not contacted me after that thing.
It's very evident after the attack as well.
Yeah,
that you're suffering.
Because of him comments, he's never contacted me again.
So he's seen, him as a councillor, everyone's seen in the news you're suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. Did he contact you then?
No.
So he hasn't contacted to see you're all right.
Yep.
He hasn't contacted you to congratulate you on your bravery. He's contacted you to have a go over Shamina Begum, who willingly joined ISIS and participated in being the wife of a man who was beheading.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Your
wrong.
average councillor is
Yeah, it's wrong. I mean, it's like that Neil Coyle had a go at. We did start speaking again.
the local MP. Okay, how's
Yeah.
he treated you?
Um,
So he speaks to you now after.
he spoke to that. He got nicked for some sort of racism in the bar at Westminster.
Who did your MP?
Yeah, he said something against a Chinese bloke or something. He got his whip taken away from him.
Who knows how?
Then he got me a 2-year banning order. But the funniest thing was ever, when I was looking for places, I asked him to help me for like council houses and this and that. He's a local Luton bloke.
Oh, sure.
He goes, I've got contacts in the council down there, and I thought to myself, I can't do it. How can I go to a place?
Luton, the biggest jihadist capital.
Why can't you help me in a local area where I've been living all my life?
Where you know everyone.
Yeah. It makes you laugh sometimes and things like that. And it has gone a mad world, even more since then. You can't say nothing. You can't do anything no more. You can't say something. You can't say anything about trans. You can't thing. And look at, I mean, we could go on and on. I mean, I'm not going to go into too many things. I mean, at the time when I was in hospital, you had the Glenville Tower fire. I mean, that was a different thing we're talking about, where they got housing, luxury hotels and that. And I got like a little cell in above a barber's. Okay, that's that. Then over the years,
I sense a lot of resentment.
over the years, I got angry now where
You've got a lot of resentment.
you got like now people and dinghies coming over non-stop. I mean, like, Churchill's fighting on the beaches now. It's nothing like what they're doing there. Just.
Did you get? So you didn't get.
But they're getting put in hotels there or student accommodation there, right? Where our homeless people are sleeping rough.
Did you ever get that option when all this hit off and you need somewhere to live? Did they ever give you a hotel? Offer you a nice hotel?
No.
Any new flat?
I wouldn't mind that barge down in Weymouth.
At the time.
Yeah. There's a lot of things, but I've learned over the years you've got to just zip it because I want to beat them there at their own game. I want to still try and fight for compensation with the criminal injuries. I'm still trying to ask, I've asked my MPs, local MPs.
Has any MP supported you and said that at the time? Have any of them just said...
Theresa May's written back, Priti Patel has written back. You have to go to your local MP, which is Harriet Harman, the leader, the mother of the house. She don't get back to you. I've sent her mails. It's like, get a solicitor. I goes, no, I need your help to get someone in Parliament to look at it, because it was extreme circumstances, where I post-traumatic stress disorder. I mean, the Queen pardoned the ones on the second terror attack at London Bridge, and they got Gantry Awards. They was lifers on day release.
So there was lifers on day release from jail?
Yeah, one was involved in an old man's robbery. Whether he done something or not, he was there. Another one was a 15-year-old girl, whether he was involved directly or not.
He killed a 15-year-old girl?
The 15-year-old girl was killed. I don't know, it was maybe
okay, so they're lifers and the Queen excused them?
She gave, whether it's one of them, a pardon.
Which means what?
The rest of his sentence maybe, or I don't think it was the old sentence.
Do they then get open to criminal injury?
But they got the Queen's Gantry Award, which is the one under the George Cross.
Okay, so you must... So when you read a story like that, you haven't killed anyone in your life. Yeah. You said a few hurty words to someone. How does that make you feel? How does that...
I watched the programme, like the documentary. I mean, the three of them got the Queen's Gantry Bravery Award. He got a pardon off his thing to get that, because okay, I mean, it's a terrible chat, 2 people died again. There was 3 blokes on one terrace where the terrace got shot. I wished that I had something in my hand where I could have grabbed a thing. I mean, I had 3 terrorists on me trying to murder me. They've already murdered 8 people. I couldn't even. It hurts that you haven't been. Well, I've finally been rewarded now with the Royal Humane Society Silver Medal, which was royal approved by Princess Alexandra. That was only over the last few months. So maybe things are looking up for something else.
I guess you don't feel that you've been recognised.
Yeah.
Sufficient.
But you know what? I look at the everyday bloke in the street. Yeah. I look at their comments and say, thank you, this and that. I'm lucky to be still alive. Some people are dead. I look at them people now where they don't want to help people like me. They look at me like, we could talk about lefties here. Maybe Labour, councils, I don't know. Maybe they look at me as like, because things were in my name, yeah, I'm trouble. I don't know. That's the way I look at it. And I look at that by the one that sent me the text, who I've known for 35 years. I know some people in the council that have mentioned things where they won't give you nothing because of the other attack.
They won't give you nothing because you've mentioned, because your name's associated with racism, basically.
Yeah.
Let me give you an example. So there was an attack when the London riots kicked off in Birmingham. Some black lads mounted the pavement and they run over some Pakistanis who were, I believe, there to defend their mosque. I believe, yeah.
Right.
Killed them. They were killed. Yeah. 3 boys died. Now, as this was blowing up, now we're looking at a race riot about to kick off in Birmingham. I remember these riots because a black lad I know from Luton went up. He was part of the gang that shot off at the helicopter. The blacks all gone up from Luton to Birmingham. All this chaos is going off. Now, a father come out then. His son had just been murdered. Yeah? And he came out, and what he done, I remember watching it thinking, wow. He basically quelled it with a speech, and he begged everyone not to fight in his son's name. An admirable moment, which I believe at that time, as I was watching it, totally diffused the potential of a race war in Birmingham that night. His words stopped it. Yeah. Now, he was hailed as a hero. You can look this up, yeah? It then come out that he was a former member of Hizb ut-Tahrir. Hizb ut-Tahrir are a prescribed terrorist organisation in many countries, yeah? It then come out that he was on a GBH Section 18 charge as well, yeah? Which he got off with, if I remember rightly, afterwards. So he got off with it. He doesn't, when I looked at this case, even if I look at Majid Nawaz, he doesn't seem to have been crucified or neglected in a way that you have. And he had violent charges, member of an extremist organisation, but he was still hailed as a hero and celebrated because at that moment, and it doesn't matter that he was an ex-member of an extremist organisation, it doesn't matter if he beat someone up. Yeah. That moment, at that time, in that second, what he done was defuse a riot. What you done was save lives. Yeah. And for that is what you should be judged on, nothing else.
And I say, Piers, they done a thing on Good Morning Britain, and there's another lady there. They both said that same thing when I didn't get the conversation. Whether I'm a racist or not, but on that night,
Piers said, so Piers said, it doesn't matter. If you've said something racist in the past, if you've said hurty words, whether you was or whether you wasn't, that's irrelevant. Yeah. On that night, you saved lives.
I've got the other lady who he always clashes with now.
Suzanne?
The black lady.
Oh, the black okay.
I've got her name. But she stood up for me all day long.
She stood up for you?
Yeah.
The black lady did?
Yeah, she don't agree with other things, what I've been...
Don't agree with things you've said or
I've
done.
been labelled at. But on that night, you don't know you don't look behind you thinking, I'm saving that person, not that person, that person.
When you was fighting them, you've saved black people.
You saved yourself in the first thing. Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Just want to end, I'll tie it up now. If you could rewind back to 2017 on that day, as those men come in with those knives again, you had the option to go with your friend who's in the toilet, you've had your option to go, everyone's gone that way. What would you do this time? If it happened again now?
I'll be honest, Sharon, I've talked to some army people as well, who I've met, Phil came in after this and that. I met some other army people. They're trained for these things, yeah? Even when these things happen, you just don't know what you're going to do. Maybe I was turning at the wrong place. Maybe I was standing at the right place at the right time. If I was at a different angle, who knows what? I'd be back to them. Yeah. I like to think I'm quite confident there, even more than what before, that I would stand up to them. Whether I don't think I'm fit enough or not, no more. I'll probably assess it. I don't know. I'm very thing now where I'm on the ball a little bit. Yeah. We'll try to be anyway. What do you mean? We'll do it again.
Do it again?
I hope it never happens again, personally. Yeah. I hope it never happens again. But if I'm in that situation, I like to think so, yeah. I'd like to think so. I mean, touch wood, I'm never in that situation.
Hope our country's never in that situation. Unfortunately, we will be.
I mean, the other thing was the therapy was the book I bought out, which
Where's your book?
Yeah.
Book?
I mean, I was approached by 3 things. I mean, I had to go through it all again, which helped, which is part of the...
writing it down and reliving it and talking about it.
Yeah, it was part of the talking therapies, which I went through.
The Lion of London Bridge, Roy Larner. This is, where can people buy this?
You can buy that on Amazon.
On Amazon, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, that helped me do, like, things where I was approached by 3 different... and some, like, the other authors wanted to know more about football because of... I mean...
Millwall, they want to make it football related.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, the rule with Millwall they never talk about football violence. I don't know why.
You're doing a break that rule.
Yeah. Nah. Well, you know what? As I said, brilliant quote. And I do know I did say that. Yeah. Well, it nearly got me killed, but.
Well, I'll just end this on. You've gone from hero, I think, to villain. I think anyone sitting listening to Roy's story, what he's done, who he is, you can make your mind up if he's a hero or a villain.
This year will be a good year. I think New Year's honours might be the George Cross. We never know.
I hope so, son.
I hope so.
An hero or villain, mate. In my eyes, you're a hero.
I appreciate having me, so yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I hope you go on to have a more calm life, boy.
Yeah, that's what you need. That's what you need.
Thank you, bro.
No problem. You're welcome.
If you're watching this, you know I'm censored. Remember, you're not allowed to say certain things, you're not allowed to talk. Share this everywhere. If you're one of my supporters, I appreciate your support. You make it possible. Roy's joined me now for a couple of days. I'm going to get to know him better. We'll go for some food now, my favourite place. So thank you, everyone. And like and subscribe. Cheers.
Carry on watching for more interesting guests. I'll talk to anyone. I'll debate anyone. I'll hear anyone's story. If you want to help me along that way, it's not free. I need your support. If you can support my family, that gives me my peace of mind. It means I can continue to do the work I do. You can do so at www.supporttommy.com. I appreciate every bit of support, as do my children. It gives me the ability to fly them out here to see me so I can stay in constant contact with them. I'm deplatformed and I'm censored, so I need you. I need you to share this content and make sure you stay tuned for upcoming weekly guests, interesting guests, exciting guests. I'm Tom Robson and this has been my podcast, Silence.